love my community. Black excellence, that's what you do to me. Positive vibrations. I'm a god, no Satan. I'm a god. I was raised with the killers, but my plan is to heal ya. I'ma heal you. Intellectual mind frame. Check it out. I'm a player, so I peep game.
What's going on out there, ladies and gents? Today I want to discuss an important topic. It's about the energy that you put out in the universe and how it trickles back. And I've witnessed it. I'm pretty sure all of you watching this has witnessed the same thing. Before I get to going with my what I got to say, I want to let it be known that this is no shape, form, or fashion disrespect. So if you ain't got intelligence, just switch it right now, because you're going to take it the wrong way and you ain't got the common sense to understand what I'm about to say. So, you get what you put out to the universe, which we all know, right? They call it karma. It's different words people use, you know what I'm saying? Law of attraction, things like that, right? So, Nipsey Hussle, phenomenal artist, you know what I'm saying? He didn't get to fully live his potential, in my opinion, of course, because he died young, similar to Tupac. But he did a lot of mixtapes. He did his first official album, as we all know, and then, his demise happened. And his brother is continuing his legacy with the Marathon Burger and all that, which is great. And besides the fact of that, he was doing this whole community thing on a positive note, getting all that good stuff together he was working on, right? So, just like Tupac, putting out a lot of good stuff, good energy. There is some differences, of course, but yeah, on the West Coast, in LA, predominantly, or the West Coast as a whole, people love and praise Nipsey Hussle and Tupac. On a music level, another person we do really love and appreciate is Kobe Bryant, So, there's a lot of comparisons, and this is just, if you're from the West Coast, if you're from LA or whatever, just the West Coast as a whole, you know how this culture is. All these conspiracy theories. Look, unfortunately, some things were said allegedly. The other dude got mad, Eric Holder, and did what he did to Nipsey Hussle, That's just that street life. It's nothing else to it. It's just that simple. It's unfortunate, and things happen like that every day in surrounding areas and neighborhoods. It's sad. I know all kinds of little stuff like that. We all do. It's not no secret. You know what I'm saying? We not saying no names. We don't know every single detail, but you hear stuff more so. Like, it's like, oh, damn. Or you kind of, oh, damn. You kind of know or whatever. Just like with the Tupac situation. He ran up on somebody that was with the business. Great artist. But at the same time, these two worlds is different. That's why people always say, don't mix the streets with the music. Don't mix the pimping with the game banging. Certain things you don't mix together. You just don't. There's certain things you can mix together. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what it is. So just like Tupac, unfortunately, situation was a little different because he ran up on somebody, but he had a confrontation, with somebody and passed away. Very similar situations. Very great artists. Very great men. Black men. We gotta watch what we doing. And that's for all of us, I'm not pointing the fingers at nobody. We gotta all watch what we doing. Because the stuff that happened on both parties is like some regular stuff. I think 80% of people watching it do. People say, oh, I wouldn't have did that. Look, man, somebody come up to you and you just, especially the way the story was brought about, people just saying like, look, he told old boy, you know, some, you know, they saying you know, ain't all, but you all bad, allegedly, whatever. And dude got mad. I know people that did stuff like that. So it's not, it just triggered the dude, that's all. It was just a bad time, and it's nothing we can really do about it. Same with the Tupac situation. I know a lot of people that would have did that same stuff, ran up on somebody if they found out that was this person that did this, and went. I know rappers and all that right now that do that same stuff, let alone just regular street dudes for sure. So I don't like when people constantly say, oh, I would have did this, I would have did that. You saying that because you're right here. If you was in that situation, you're not thinking that because your intentions is like, I'm not disrespecting this man on that level. I'm not tripping on him like that. I'm not cussing him out. I just told him, you all bad, you need to leave. On another note, with the Tupac situation, you not thinking like that because you just like on defense, like, that's the dude that got into it with the homie. And you go trip. I done did that. Everybody did stuff like that. But people like to play games on the internet and like they didn't do nothing. I mean, like they wouldn't have did that. And it's sad. So we all have to hold accountability. You know what I'm saying? We all have done things like that, very similar. You get what you put out to this universe. Unfortunately, I done heard songs where Nipsey say, my homies might kill me, I might get killed. Like, not saying it's a conspiracy, just rapping. It was songs that was put out years ago before the killing even happened, like 2-3 years before. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember exactly what song it is, but y'all probably know what I'm talking about. He got a few songs I heard where he's saying like, I will get killed in the hood, and like, you know, because it's just naturally rapping. But at the same time, we got to always watch this powerful tongue, you know? Just like Tupac, always talking about getting killed and, you know, we ride on our enemies and all this stuff. Great music, but it always comes with a consequence. And some people be feeling or saying they know when something gonna happen. And some people just doing their thing, rapping. And at the end of the day, you gotta rap with your heart desire, or you should. So unfortunately, things happen. Unfortunately, some things are meant to be, good and bad. Unfortunately, it has to be bad on the death end, but then it becomes good on the legacy end. And it just, because life is not fair. Everything can't just be all glitz and glamour. Yeah, this gonna happen like this, but then this gonna happen. This gonna happen like this, but this gonna happen. You know, you gotta balance everything out, but sometimes we don't have no control over it. None of us do. Only God do. None of us got control over certain things. We just don't have no control over it. You know, so rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, to the fullest. Rest in peace, Tupac, to the fullest. West Coast legends, West Coast icons, hands down. Anybody got something negative to say, just keep it to yourself. If you can't speak positive or nobody don't speak positive, don't say nothing. You know, you get what you put out to the universe. You go hard at a job, you do overtime, your check gonna be more. You go hard at your business gonna flourish. It might take a while. You keep striving to, you know, there's some things just don't happen. You can keep trying certain things and it just don't happen. It's just how it is, unfortunately. But 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, you keep trying something, you're gonna figure it out, or it's gonna click or flourish or whatever you wanna call it, you know? You waking up every day going to the gym, eventually your muscles gonna get better. Eventually your health gonna get better if it ain't no better, you know? You start growing your hair if you washing it and taking care of it. in a year or something, your hair gonna be able to braid or dread or just be long however you want it. Everything takes time and everything takes consistency. You know what I'm saying? You keep cutting hair, after a while you become a great barber. You know what I'm saying? You keep going outside shooting them hoops. After a while you bricking. After a while you start making them shots. You become a great three-point shooter, a great layupper. You know what I'm saying? A great point guard, whatever it is you desire. Whatever you do, if you keep doing it 9 times out of 10, it will happen for you. It will flourish. You know what I'm saying? You keep driving, taking your driver test. After a while, you're going to pass the driver test. Anything you do in this life. Like I said, sometimes things get a little tricky where it's like, it just ain't working. I've done it. I'm pretty sure you've done it. Some things you try it just don't work, even if you try it a lot of times. But then some things, most things, it'll click after a while. And that's what it's all about. So watch the energy you put out there. You know what I'm saying? And respect people. Respect yourself. And you get what you put out. I didn't make these rules. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's my daily motivation for everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? As Nipsey Hussle would say, hustle and motivate. You know. Thank you for tapping in, y'all. Have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.